Hello, welcome to Woodside Middle School. I'm Jerry Schellinger, principal at Woodside Middle School. It's a pleasure to work here at Woodside, one of the finest school districts, one of the finest middle schools in the entire state of Indiana. We have academic honors level courses, something for everyone. We have a music program that's bar none, including show choir, orchestra, band, jazz band. We have athletics, we have clubs, we have something for every student at Woodside. Our goal is that students are able to have a variety of experiences and discover their talents and go on to high school at Homestead and be ready for another step in their excellent education. Woodside's a fairly large middle school, one of the largest in the state. What we have is a building that allows a grade level in each wing, and then each grade level is divided into two teams, so that we have students now in smaller learning communities of about 150 students for 4 or 5 teachers. And these core teachers will work together with these students and provide them with the very best education. Our hope at Woodside is that parents will partner with us as administrators, our teachers, our secretaries, and let us know what concerns and needs you have so that we can make sure we're meeting the needs of your kids. We value education. We value this partnership. We are here for you, so please make sure you come to us with any questions or concerns that you may have. So welcome to Woodside. We know you're going to love it here, as we do too.
Hello, Woodside students and families. My name is Justin Pieper, and I'm one of the assistant principals at Woodside Middle School.
Hi, I'm Katie Metz, Woodside Middle School assistant principal. We're excited to bring you back for another school year. And we've got some information that we want to share with you about real-time at-home students and procedures, as well as traditional in-person school procedures. We wanted to share with you a few ways to stay connected here at Woodside, as we will continue to provide updates throughout the year. Email, we continue to send regular emails through Power School, so make sure your Power School information is up to date with your email address, so teachers and the office can send you those emails. Our Twitter account, we will post frequent updates through there, as well as our Woodside website through the SACS webpage.
If you log on to the SACS webpage, the SACS Return to School plan is listed and posted for you. Today we want to talk about coming back to school for all Woodside students, for those students who are going to actually be in the building, for those students who are going to be learning from home as real-time students. We're going to walk you through some attendance information today, as well as information about your schedule and information about Canvas, the system that students use to log into their classes. We'll walk through some procedures for traditional students, and we'll also walk through some procedures for students who are taking their classes at home. The first thing we want to highlight is that back to school night this year is going to look a little different. We are going to have a virtual back to school night. Our teachers are creating short videos that we're going to post to the Woodside website, and you'll be able to log in on August 13th to see a short video from all of the teachers that your son or daughter may have this year. So look for an email from Woodside as we get closer to August 13th with more information about our back to school night, but it will be virtual and not in person.
Attendance procedures for this year will be very, very similar to what they have been in the past. So if you are a returning Woodside student, we are asking that you call the attendance line with the number 431-2705 and leave a voicemail with your name, student name, what grade, the date of the absence, and the reason for the absence. If you have an early dismissal for your child, we also ask that you do the same. This is going to be the procedure for real-time at-home students if they're not going to be online Zooming, as well as the students that are not going to be in school. On the parent resources page of our website, we have more detailed information as well. For the parents of traditional in-person learners, please call the attendance line if they're sick or they're staying home due to quarantine, but would still be able to participate via real time. You may do so. We just ask that you give us a phone call and let us know that they're going to be engaged online today. If you are choosing to change the enrollment on the online registration, you had the choice of traditional or in-person or real-time at home. If you are choosing to change that, we also ask that you give us a call at least one day in advance, and we can make the change in Power School. For our class schedule, at computer pickup, we gave every student a laptop and a schedule. Off to the right here, you'll see a snip of what a typical schedule looks like. Any of the classes with an R would be for a red day. Any of the classes with a W would be on a white day. Every day will start with warrior time, and that warrior time is listed at the very bottom of the schedule. So on this one, you'll see this student has Mr. Urschel for warrior time. He'll start his day there, and then on a red day, we'll follow the 4 red classes from 7. School day starts at 7:30, so it'll be that warrior time, and then throughout the day, red 1, red 2, red 3, red 4. White day, very similar. Our schedule, we are following a traditional block schedule, block 8, where 4 on the red day and then 4 on the white day, and it will rotate throughout the school year. This schedule for the red-white day is posted to the Woodside website.
On August 12th and August 13th, we're going to begin our day in Warrior Time, but we're going to begin with a 60-minute Warrior Time advisory. We want to begin these 2 days with our students in Warrior Time so we can give them some instructions on COVID-19 and talk about the SACS Return to School plan as well as the Woodside Return to School plan. We're going to talk about protocols for face coverings, talking about washing hands, hallways, book bags, and more. And also students will have some time to ask questions about their schedules if they have some questions that they may need their teachers to answer for them. On August 14th and afterward, we'll begin using the following bell schedule. Again, students will begin their time in Warrior Time, as Mrs. Metz mentioned just a few minutes ago, followed by periods 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this schedule will be available for students beginning on August 14th.
All of our students, both real-time, at-home, and traditional in-person, will utilize Canvas as their learning management system. Teachers will be posting on Sundays. They will have a weekly agenda similar to the snip at the bottom of the screen here, where if you click on that schedule, the weekly schedule will post for every student that is enrolled in that class. Teachers update this frequently. This is also where students will be able to find the Zoom link to be able to Zoom into a class if you are a real-time at-home student. We encourage parents to set up their parent account, but it's most useful to take a look through your student account and see what your student sees as well.
Next, we want to talk about what it's going to look like for students who come to school to Woodside every day, and also students who are going to be logging in from Zoom from home. We're going to begin talking about the traditional in-person student, the student who is going to be coming to Woodside every day. There are some required items that all students will need. Students will need a cloth face covering or an appropriate surgical mask. Students will also need a water bottle because our water fountains will be turned off. However, they will be able to fill water bottles in these new water refilling stations we have around the building. Students may also want to bring some hand sanitizer. We will have hand sanitizer in every classroom and around the building. However, students are more than welcome to bring small hand sanitizers to carry in their backpacks. And students also need to bring earbuds that they'll be using in every class. In regards to face coverings, again, face coverings are required for Woodside students when riding the bus, when entering and exiting the building, in the lunch line, when they're traveling anywhere in the building, including passing periods, and also in the classroom settings at all times, except when a staff member determines physical distancing is possible.
Morning procedures for traditional in-person students. The doors will open at 7:15. You may enter at door 1 for car riders and walkers, and door 19 for bus riders, walkers, or any students that choose to ride their bus to school. All students will be expected to wash their hands or use hand sanitizer upon arrival to the building. It will be visible and in multiple areas throughout the building, in the hallways, in the commons, and the cafeteria. Students will be expected to proceed directly to their Warrior Time class when entering the building. This information will be later on as well about book bags, but you will not need to go to your locker unless you choose to go to your locker. But going directly to the Warrior Time class to start every single day is what that expectation will be. We will offer breakfast. It'll be available, and you can pick that up in the commons. It'll be a grab-and-go style, and take it to Warrior Time to be eaten during that class. For safety reasons, though, we will not be able to congregate in the halls or the commons and walk the halls like we traditionally have done in the past prior to the start of school. For lunch, on the first day of school, we have an extended Warrior Time, and we will be discussing lunch procedures as well as talking about the assigned seating. The plan is for this to be assigned seats through the Warrior Time class. Students will sit with others from their Warrior Time class to start the school year. There will be no more than 4 to a table. These procedures will be taught during that Warrior Time and second block prior to the start of lunch on August 12th. For ISB this year, in lieu of the traditional ISB core, students will be given 7 different rotations throughout the school year. Each rotation will last anywhere from 24 to 26 days. So it'll be approximately 12 days if you have a red day ISB, or 12 days if you have a white day ISB. There will be 2 rotations throughout the year. 2 of them will be tech, which will be your computer science instruction as it has been in the past. There will be a grade given for ISB tech. Then the other 5 rotations there will be no grade for ISB core, and your teachers will be focusing on some social emotional portrait of a graduate activities throughout that time. Concluding after those activities have concluded each day, time will be given for directed study support as well as some extended warrior time activities.
We next want to talk about some procedures in the classroom and in the school. Students will have assigned seats in all their classes this year. Students will also be allowed to bring backpacks and carry those backpacks to their classes. We really encourage students to only bring essential items that they need to school in those backpacks, such as their laptops, their chargers, a water bottle, and anything else that would be deemed essential. Cell phones should be turned off and kept out of sight in the students' book bags until students have left the building at the end of the day. And we will follow the student handbook for all students, traditional in-person students and real-time at-home students, in terms of the expectations of Woodside Middle School. Zoom expectations. Students will be Zooming while in the traditional school setting. Will need to have some earbuds. Those students will have one earbud in and one earbud that's not into their ear. Students Zooming while on the traditional schedule will have their computers muted. Their sound will be off to avoid feedback. And students while in the traditional school must show their full name on the screen to be admitted into a Zoom session.
At the end of the day, school ends for all students at 2:15. That is for the traditional student as well as the real-time at-home student. For those that are here in school, when that bell rings, students will be asked to pack up and head to door 19 if you're a bus rider, walker, or a bike rider. They'll be lined up and there will be adults outside helping students find their bus and get to the right place. Now, typically, the buses will leave at 2:22, but we'll make sure everybody is on buses those first few days and know where they're supposed to go. Car riders or walkers may use door 1. There will be no congregating in any area before, during, or after school. End of the day, if you are staying for any after-school activity, you must report to the cafeteria by 2:25. Attendance will be taken each day while in the cafeteria. For real-time at-home students, earlier in this presentation, we shared with you the bell schedule. Real-time at-home students will be following that schedule as well. So go into Canvas. You'll be able to find the Zoom session on the weekly calendar for your classes. Log into that teacher's Zoom session based on that bell schedule. You'll want to make sure you're on time because attendance and tardy policies will apply. Teachers will be taking attendance through Power School each period to make sure that you are in attendance, and we can notify home if you are not in attendance.
So what does it look like at home for our real-time students? Well, once students log into Zoom, they need to remain in that Zoom session with their teacher and with the class during the entire time unless their teachers have given them permission to sign off. Cameras are expected to be turned on and the student's whole face should be visible to their peers and to the teacher. Students will interact with their teachers and their peers via Zoom. And also, this is really important, students are expected to follow the Woodside Student Handbook and dress code when they are Zooming in from home. Students working from home must choose a distraction-free environment, be dressed appropriately for school, and sit upright for class. Background Zoom screens may not have moving images. Zoom mute should always be on unless otherwise directed by the teacher. Students are expected to participate in all discussions and be prepared to answer when called upon. During class discussion, students are focused and do not distract other students or the teacher. Teachers may remove students from Zoom sessions for lack of compliance, and the student may be counted absent from class. Thank you very much for watching this video today, and we hope that we've answered many of your questions about what the school year will look like.
We look forward to seeing you soon. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call the office or reach out to your students' teachers.
Thank you.